Hello and welcome back to On the Workbench. And today we're talking about every guy's favorite topic in the shop, strippers. So you can see in front of you here, I've got my collection of 5 strippers. This is what I use most commonly when I'm doing work around the house or on a vehicle or anything else that I'm working on that requires electrical work and breaking out strippers. So I want to talk about this variety of strippers because this actually covers almost every application that I've got. And so starting here on the right, I've got a set of strippers that goes from 20 to 32 wire gauge. So as our American wire gauge number gets larger, the diameter of the wire actually gets smaller. And so this set of strippers here is great for working on speaker wire or really small gauge wire that you might find inside certain vehicle connectors. And for just if you have to replace a wire and be able to strip off the ends to be able to put on your connector. This also has bolt cutters for 6/32 and 8/32 that you might find perhaps inside of a house. And that's a pretty common, and you can actually lock this shut just to keep it from opening up and closing. This has a nice spring on there, although my spring's worn out just a bit, but that's okay. My next pair here is my most frequently used pair. This is the one is always my default grab. At the end here, there's a pair of, basically like a little pair of tweezers here, so you can make your shepherd's crook at the end of your wire. These actually have that as well too at the very top. And then this goes from number 10 all the way down to number 20 wire. And so this covers most standard household wiring. Again, you get bolt cutters for 6/32 and 8/32. So if you've got a long bolt that you need to make shorter, that'll work for that. And you can make your shepherd's crook at the end. And so those two make a great pair together. The next one here, the next one here is a specialty pair of crimpers. This is actually designed for working with Romex wire. Romex wiring looks something like this. So if you look at the end of this strand of Romex here, you can see that we've got, this is just a quick cutoff, that we've got our black, our white, and then our ground in the middle. And so each of these wires is individually shielded, as well as the overall white casing that goes around it. And so then this set of strippers is great for working with that. And you can put the Romex in here, and then we'll cut it down and strip it in fewer steps. Again, bolt cutters here for 6/32 and 8/32. My next pair here, this is a slightly more specialized pair. So this actually has bolt cutters that covers number 4, 6/32, 8/32, 10/32, and 10/24 screws. And then at the top here, we've got crimping. We have the ability to be able to crimp butt splices together. And then at the bottom here, we've got a variety of stripper sizes here. I'm not a huge fan of the stripper sizes here at the bottom. They're just as easy to use on something like this. I think are better spaced and indexed to know exactly where your wire goes. But if you've got to do some butt splices, this is the go-to tool for doing butt splices. And then finally, this is probably my least used pair. And this is basically household use only. And this is for using with cable TV wires, whether it's RG59 or R6, or I'm sorry, RG6. And so you get the ability to be able to strip this out of the outside casing, and then to be able to get down to the internal wire. You can see the little diagram there. So then you can actually crimp on the appropriate connector so that you can have correct size and correct length cables hooked up in your stereo and TV system. Because for me, whenever you buy cable, it's always too long, too short for the factory or the off-the-shelf ones. And so I want to make them to a more appropriate length to make my household look more nice and tidy around my set. This actually needs to get oiled. This complete set of Craftsman Professional strippers is all made in the USA. A lot of these have actually been discontinued, and I've had these for, I don't know how many years I've had these now, and they've held up great. I can't complain about them. These are next to impossible to find. I was looking for these on eBay the other day to perhaps give as a gift to someone else, but it was next to impossible to find these, and I couldn't even find anyone selling these on eBay. That was a shame. Some of the other ones here are actually pretty easy to find on eBay. They've held up great. They've got a nice feel here with the handle, especially these curved ones here. If you have to do any household wiring, it's well worth your effort to invest in a good pair of strippers. It'll just make your life a whole lot easier for getting the wiring done, and you'll utter fewer curse words than if you try to get away without it and try to hack some sort of stripping mechanism together with just a box cutter or razor blade. It'll work, but it's not pretty. Just invest in a good pair of these. You know, you might spend about $20 per pair. This whole collection here is probably worth about $100 or slightly more, give or take, on where you buy it from and the grade of tools that you buy. So I just want to do this quick overview on my variety of strippers that I keep in my shop. I hope you found this video useful and have a great day. Bye.